welcome back to my channel. This is Erin. Today I'm going to be filming a 3-year lock update. I finally hit my 3-year lock journey, and also I'm going to be giving a few tips and suggestions on a few things that I've learned across the way. If you're interested in seeing this video, then keep on watching. Okay, so I know it's been a while since I filmed a video. Please forgive me, but when I come back, I'm getting a lot of new followers. So hello to all my new followers. Thank you for subscribing. I hit my 3-year lock journey on October 1st. I would say that I'm still not as comfortable just wearing my hair down all the time. A bun is still my go-to. And I know I see a lot of people, I'll say this in other videos, that are really comfortable wearing it really short. And my locks aren't even super short now, but my hair is naturally stacked and in layers. So for me, I feel like there's a bit of fullness that's missing, more volume, that I'm going to achieve going forward in the next year. So I look forward to that, but you know, to each his own. But I really like to wear my hair in buns. Now I notice that I don't have as many alfalfas hanging out. I can tuck it back. Usually when I used to try and do this, I have like half of the bun like just sticking out like that. So now it's fully sticking. But it's kind of crazy because I got used to having my hair sticking all over the place. So let me center myself. Like, I feel like I'm just off to the side. Now my hair stays in the bun for the most part. At this point in my journey, I don't have a bunch of changes happening with my hair. The main thing that I noticed is that my locks are maturing and starting to get a bit more slim. I thought earlier this year they were exactly where they were going to be. Like, I was like, oh, I think it's done. I think, you know, that's where it's at. But no, like, your hair is continuing to change. I'm at 3 years, and when I look back at a year ago, my locks are like night and day. They're exactly the size that I wanted. My hair is doing great. It's healthy. It's shiny. I love my hair. I do. Like, I don't regret starting my locks. I don't ever plan on like not having locks. Like, I love them. 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 Like, I can't say that enough. So if you are still thinking about if you should do it or not, just take the leap and try it. Let's see what else. And of course, like, I'm gaining length. I'll let my bun down and show you guys in a second. Let's see. Oh, an update on my locks. So I know in my lock count video, I said that I had 140 locks. That has changed. I now have 130. I combined 10 of them in, I want to say May. And I did it myself. And they're actually still like trying to lock. I did this before, maybe like a couple years ago, with a few locks that were a bit smaller, but this time my hair is locking a little bit slower. What I did was, and I spoke about this in another video, but I'm gonna just say it right now. I had a couple locks that were a bit skinnier than I wanted, so I cut them and left about an inch or so, and I combed it out. And then I wrapped it around another lock that was a little bit smaller as well, that I wanted to have a bit more strength. Keep wrapping it around when I see that it's loose, or when I do my retwist. It's kind of annoying because it's 10 of them and it's throughout my head, so I have a ton of little tiny little afros that I have to re-wrap around the lock, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, it's part of the process. Right now it's mid-October. Now they're starting to kind of stay together more. So I think the next couple months I won't really have that issue, but even with me being 3 years locked, my hair in general still grows away from the lock, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. I still retwist at about 5 to 6 weeks, but my hair, usually after I do a retwist, I need to wash my hair I try and like make sure I'm staying on top of oiling and all that stuff, but I usually have to wash my hair by like at least 2 weeks, 2.5 maybe, you know, depending on the time of the year. And then, you know, after that, when I shower, I'll wrap the hair around the lock, because I've been maintaining my hair since I've been about 1.5 years, like right before the pandemic started. And since then, and if I'm being like a little lazy, like I might go to somebody and have them maintain it, but I probably have done that maybe like 3 times in the past couple years. So I usually like to do my hair myself because there's things that I notice and I can pay attention to my locks and like wrap it around, or like in my retwist video you'll see on certain locks I will put my hand on the tip and like just put a little pressure and to like shape them, but I don't really have to do that so much now. But that's mainly it with the update really. I do have a couple tips and suggestions that I'm now at 3 years noticing. One, when I was doing research before I started my locks, I was seeing a lot of people say, and I've also said this in my other video, do not switch between lock methods. Anyway, I decided to try interlocking once. I tried it once, and that was at 8 months into my lock journey. And for the most part, you can't see it within majority of my locks, but there's a couple locks, and mainly it's the ones like on the perimeter of my head that are just weak spots. You can just see that it's just slimmer in that area, and it's like I'll hold the lock and it kind of just like bends. Like I'll find it and show you guys. It's just a few of them, but it's pretty annoying, and a couple of them are really weak to the point where I had to cut it and just like comb out the little end and let it be a little curl because it was annoying me. Some of them now, I'm just like, it's healthy, it doesn't look crazy, but I don't want to lose that 2 inches that's at the end of my lock because, you know, I want the length. But eventually, as my hair gets a bit longer, I can see myself just like trimming it off. But other than interlocking that one time, I've completely stayed at a retwist. I don't interlock. I don't even palm roll when I retwist my hair myself. Like, as you can see in my other video, like I will brush the root like twice and I wrap the hair around my lock. And that's how I've maintained my locks. If palm rolling works for you, then palm roll, but I don't feel the need to, and I feel like my retwist lasts longer because my hair is being securely wrapped around the lock. A few tips that I would have done earlier is get a full bonnet from my locks. So my whole journey, I've worn like a scarf. I folded it in a triangle and I would tie it up, and then my hair would just hang from the bottom. And when I first started my locks, my hair did not, like, it was so short that it didn't show at all. So it was fine at that time. And as my locks started to gain length, you know, I would get excited and I would want to see the hair hanging out of the back of my locks. I don't know, it was like satisfying to be like, oh shoot, my hair is growing, look at it's poking out. And I would just leave it like that, and I felt like, oh, well, my locks are covered, so they're fine. But, duh, like, those locks at night when I'm laying around, they're hanging out, so they're going to be rubbing and getting more lint, or if I'm laying down, they're going to be gaining lint in those locks, especially while your locks are forming at that time. Your hair is kind of more open. It's easier for lint and stuff to like get in your locks at that time as it's shedding and closing. So now I'm noticing when I look at the end of some of my locks, and you cannot see this when my hair is dry unless you're me and you're super like mainly analyzing it. I can see, but I usually notice when my hair is wet that at the tip I have lint, like a lot of lint in my locks. And not even like a crazy amount. No, it's crazy, like to me, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I've always wrapped my hair, so I didn't think that was going to be an issue for me. Luckily, you cannot see when my hair is dry, but it really bothers me because I like to swim in the summer and stuff like that, and that's embarrassing to me. Like, I don't want lint to be showing. So going forward, I know it's only those couple inches, and as my locks gain length, I'll just trim them. But I've learned from that. So get a bonnet ASAP as soon as your hair is starting to poke from the bottom of your scarf, so you can avoid having that issue and it showing up years later in your locks. So now I do have a full bonnet. I got one from Lock Crush. She like makes custom ones. What I will say with that, like, I really love that bonnet and I'm sleeping with it every night. But like when I measured my head, it said 22 inches and I ordered it because she does them custom and they take a few weeks to come. I ordered the 22 inch, which was exactly my measurement on my head. But I would say that, and also she does say you can meld them in and they'll tighten up the straps or whatever, but I'm going to eventually do that because already I've been wearing that bonnet for maybe like a month and it's already like getting loose and like running backwards. So I would say if you're gonna order from Lock Crush, maybe size down like an inch just so you can have that extra like elasticity, so you don't have to send it back, wait for them to adjust it, and then get it pulled back. That's just my suggestion. I don't know. I'm gonna do that one because I love the bonnet. It's so cute. I'll probably order another one and also send that one, so that if that one's getting tightened, I still have the one that I have. But that's really all. I would just say keep it simple. Moisturize your locks as often as you see fit and what works with your hair. I still moisturize my locks daily. I do skip every now and then a day or so, but for the most part, and my hair will feel really dry when I do that, so I really try to avoid doing that. But still squirt my hair with rose water all over, like drench it really good and squeeze it with oil. For me, I found that that method still works best for me. When I was mixing oil and rose water in one bottle and squirting it on my hair was dry as hell. It was not working. That just didn't work for my hair. So I found that actually spraying it and sealing it with the oil, no issues. My hair's been shiny and I haven't had any issues at all. So with that said, I'm going to take my hair down and I will show you all what's going on with it. Let's see. I'm gonna try and find like a couple of those locks that I was telling you about. Okay. Let's see. So as you can see, it's gained some length. I really can't wait till all this gets longer so I can have that volume. That's what I'm really like excited to have. Let me see. I'll show you from the back what it's doing. This is how it's laying in the front. Here's a close-up of how they look. Let me see if I can find, look, okay, so here's one of the weak ones. Ooh, girl. So, right here is where I interlocked at 8 months. And see how it just like, it's looser, it's like a weak spot in my lock. Just disrespectful. So there's like a few of those. And the ones that like really bothered me, the ones that I spoke about combing out, like this would have been one of them. So this one's shorter now. I combed it out and, you know, made it a little curl at the end. I'll try and like put my flaxseed gel on it to like define the curl so it doesn't look super crazy and puffy. But yeah, that's mainly what it, and I have a few of those. Wait, see, here's another one that's like weak. The disrespect. But when it lays, you know, it's not super noticeable in my hair as a whole, so I let them live. Please let me know if you guys have any additional questions about my hair or what I do down in the comments below. Let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me. I'm gonna try and post, I still haven't done a video on like how I lay my edges. I plan to do that for real this time, I'm not joking. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I've definitely seen my following starting to grow, which is really exciting, especially given the fact that I haven't been posting like that. I appreciate you guys hitting that button and subscribing anyway. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button below or in the little corner over here. You'll see, or unless it's over here, one of these corners, you'll see the little subscribe button in the corner. It'll make it really easy for you. You can just hit that and subscribe also so you don't miss any of my other uploads that are coming. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.